qualifying matches for the Iron Survivor Challenge. There is going to be a triple threat for the women. There's going to be a triple threat for the guys. And they are going to be squaring off to see who the final position is going to go to for the men and women's matches at Deadline. So we've got that coming up. We've also got... I think we've also got some Grayson Waller Effect situation. So I think everyone that's going to be in the male side in that men's match, I think they're all going to go on to the Grayson Waller Effect show. So I think we've got that coming up as well. And then there's a few other little bits and bobs. So it's going to be very... I suppose this is the go-home as well, isn't it, for Deadline? So it's going to be very Deadline-heavy. It is a go-home show. Deadline taking place this weekend. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know quite what to expect, to be honest. I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be pretty fun. Don't think we're going to be getting Scrypts, though, for all of you Scrypts simps out there that are hoping to see Scrypts. I don't expect him to be on the show. It kind of makes me think, is there any point watching, to be honest, if they're not going to chuck Scrypts out there for us. But we've got, okay, here we go. Pretty Deadly. Oh, God, this could be awful. Pretty Deadly are going to give us a real Christmas story tonight. We've also, this is what I was thinking of. We've got Hank Walker taking on Charlie Dempsey. So that's coming up tonight as well. So we've got the triple threat qualifying matches. It's Axiom taking on Von Wagner, taking on Andre Chase. The winner will be added to the men's Iron Survivor Challenge match. And for the women, we've got Indi Hartwell, Fallon Henley, and we've got Wendy Choo. Winner of that will be added to the women's Iron Survivor match. We've got Tony D'Angelo returning to action. We've got Isla Dawn saying that today is going to be the dawn of a new NXT. So she's heavily teasing that she is going to be on the show. And I think that's probably everything that we've got in regards to what is coming up tonight. So it looks all right. It looks like it could be a pretty fun show, in all fairness. It looks all right. But, yeah, not loads to kind of go through. But I'm sure there's a bit... I haven't seen any wrestling news today. I feel like I need to just jump in and have a look, see what the latest is in regards to Fight for Select. Let's have a look on Fight for Select and see what we've got. We have got news on Ali Theory botched spot, Raw producers and backstage news. So we have got indie wrestler Becca served as one of the dealers backstage in the poker game. She also wrestled Athena on Dark. Trick Williams and Katana Chance both got looks on WWE main event. This is not indicative of a call-up. Trick faced Cedric Alexander and Katana Chance faced Tamina. For those asking, despite taking a spear, we haven't heard of any plans for Petey Williams to return to the ring. However, Jamie Noble is slated to wrestle at a live event this weekend. That's interesting. Elias wrestled at both weekend live events, weekend just gone. Elias and Riddle now have more matches cancelled or delayed than they've actually had teaming together. There was over 72 minutes of in-ring action on Monday Night Raw. The shortest match was Dominic against Akira Tozawa. Dolph Ziggler's return was not telegraphed internally, so that was not something that was known. And here we go. Regarding the top rope Frankensteiner botch, we're told that it happened because Theory didn't hold on to Ali. The idea was for Theory to block the move and lift Ali up into a powerbomb. From there, Ali was supposed to counter the move back into the Rana. It was Ali that called for the ref to check on Theory, and Ali called the audible for the satellite DDT. Theory was also very apologetic backstage for the slip-up, but there was no heat between the two of them. So there we go. Oh, and also there's something here 3 hours ago in regards to AEW Fight Forever game. AEW Fight Forever doesn't necessarily have a release date at the moment, but we have learned about some plans for the game in the future. Evil Uno has worked closely with the game and spoken with Fightful at WrestleCade about what he could reveal. While it's been rumoured and speculated in the past, Uno said that he is of the belief that the AEW Fight Forever game will be a single release that will continue to evolve over time. I'm guessing that means downloadable content. This is instead of an annual or recurring release that will require of a new game for each edition. Hang on. So he's saying you buy the game and then they're going to just like provide updates, like downloadable content, like the 2023 update, the 2024, rather than go to the shop and buy a new game. That's kind of, so everything would work on the same engine, and they would like just put a new coat of paint on it every year. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not aware of any other game that does that. FIFA, for example, just release a new thing every year. WWE have just released a new thing. Maybe this is a new way of doing it? Like you have the core game, the engine, and then you just download additional content year after year after year. Who does that? Was that like Fortnite? Did Fortnite do that? I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not really a gamer, so I suppose I shouldn't have an opinion at all. But it's interesting. I can't think of anything else that does that, but I'm sure there's people shouting things out right now. This is instead of an annual or recurring release that would require the purchase of a new game. He even said that Fight Forever name plays into that. He also confirmed what we'd heard before, that there would be a roster of about 50 talents and that would be added to over time. Danhausen is one name we learnt that won't be in the release, as it appeared he got added too late to be in the first run. Here we go. This is very much the new model of game release philosophy, the infinite or forever model, where you then add paid DLC. If I end up paying $60 for the game, $60 a year for DLC, it'll even out like a normal year release, so I won't be mad. Just don't do the whole thing of micro transactions for cosmetics or boosts for in-game progression and whatnot, and everything will be golden. If you see Paradox Games for a good example of how this kind of plays out for an entirely different genre of gaming. I'm not a gamer, but I find that quite interesting, to be honest. I find that quite interesting. Well, there we go then. Michael, shout out to you. Daze, the third hour is sinking to the bottom of the ocean. The arcade style looks dull, says Dalmar. A couple of changes to UFC 282. OSP versus Anthony Tricoli is cancelled. Alex Morono in for Robbie Lawler versus Ponzinibbio. This, I gotta say, the UFC 282 card looks a bit flat to me. I think, like, there's been a fair few cancelled fights, and I think that it's kind of suffering as a result. It doesn't seem to stand up to some of the recent offerings. So, yeah, it's not grabbing me as much as some of the recent ones. I mean, we got spoilt a little bit at the weekend as well. That was a really good card. But, hey-ho, it is what it is. UFC 282 this weekend. Michael says, thank you. Thank you, Michael. Hope you're well. Yeah, I hope everyone's well. Dark Angel said it is similar to Fortnite. Dalmar said, I bet the CM Punk will be DLC. Well, if we get CM Punk, because of course he was meant to be on the cover, and it looks like he's not going to be on the cover anymore. So I don't know if we can expect CM Punk. I mean, obviously we just don't know what the situation is there at all. But I'm guessing he won't be in the game now, and I'm guessing he won't be in the game. And I'm guessing that if he is going to stick around, he'll probably be DLC. Yeah, probably be DLC. Great call during the shootout with Spain and Morocco, says Michael. Glad you enjoyed it, bud. What a hell of a game. Hell of a game. Fantastic. Do you know what? I was quite honest yesterday in saying that yesterday just didn't do it for me. I just wasn't really feeling it. I think that the Japan-Croatia game, it's exciting to see who went through, but to be honest, it didn't really matter who went through. I think both teams were very similar. Both teams are quite even. There's not really an upset there. I don't really have a lean. It's not like I was watching, like, desperately hoping Japan were going to do it. But equally, like, I wasn't desperate that Croatia would do it. So I'd say of all the games in that round of 16, that was the one that sort of appealed to me the least. And then Brazil just, in the first half dominated the game and just made the game a bit dull as a result, to be honest, against who did they play? South Korea. So, yeah, I must admit, yesterday was a bit flat for me at the World Cup. But today, wow. Oh, wow. Spain going out to Morocco. Wow. And the drama of the penalties, I mean, so amazing. And then, of course, we get the game after where, granted, it was dead by half time, but we got goals. We got 6 goals in that game. And, the drama of Ronaldo not starting. And, it was good. Today was really good. So we have a couple of days break now because there is a Lord. And he wants me to, get a bit of sleep. So we have a couple of days break. And then we're back on Friday. 2 games on Friday, quarterfinals. And then 2 games on Saturday. They're the other 2 quarterfinals. The winners of those will go up against each other. And then we'll be in the semifinals. And we're getting close now. We're less than about a week and a half away from the World Cup final. Something along those lines. So it's getting to the business end. So, on Friday, we've got, Brazil versus Croatia, Argentina versus Netherlands. And then on Saturday, we've got England versus France. And we've got Portugal versus Morocco. One of those teams is winning the World Cup. Exciting. R.I.P. Judge Mills Lane, says Tim. Are you going to be in the game, says Corey. Yeah, there's a little feature where you can actually play the match, and in the bottom corner, I do the watch along for it. And if you botch, I rip into you. There's no 2 ways about it. I call you out. And I'm like, this is a disgrace. Who does this person think they are? They're taking a spot away from other talent and all this. And if you play the game long enough, then we do the halftime score song as well. So it's good. It's good. I did all my lines the other day, and I think it's going to really add to the game. William said, give the refs more flavour and shine a little spotlight on them, says William. Jilly said, Daze is on pins and needles with excitement and stress for England going through against these really good teams. I am. I really am. I mean, I've said so many times that aside from me getting £1 million or $1 million, there is nothing bigger than England winning the World Cup. There is nothing bigger. That would mean everything to us here because it's our number one sport. It would be if there was an NFL World Cup and for some reason America had only won it once in 1966. Don't know how that would happen considering you guys are, it's your sport. You're the kings of it. But imagine that. Imagine that you'd only won that World Cup in 1966 and every 4 years since you'd played and lost. And the country had been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And it was your number one sport. It was NFL. Could you just imagine if your country then got to the final, how many people would tune into that? England played Senegal in the round of 16 the other day. 19 million people tuned in the UK. 19 million. And that was the round of 16. They're playing France on Saturday. I have no idea how many are tuning in. It's going to be 20-something million. And you have to remember, we've got 65 million people in this country. So if 20-something million tune in, that's going to be around a third, if not more, a third of the whole country is going to sit down and watch that game on Saturday. And then if you get through that round, it'll go up again. If we get to the final, it's 30-something million easy. 30-something million, which will be half the country. Half the country. Which if you add in, the people that aren't interested, the people that don't have access to a TV, the young children that don't know what's going on, and all that kind of stuff, all of a sudden it's... you get how big it is. So, yes, this Saturday is monstrous. England versus France. Who's going to go through to the World Cup semi-final? I fear it's going to be France, but I'm keeping everything crossed it's England. Shakeem said, it's coming home. France will beat us. Mbappe is too good, says Animations. James says, good evening. Good evening. Hope you are well. Big Time Baxter said, Daze versus Nate Diaz is a personal dream fight of mine. I'd make him humble. I mean, it's as simple as that. I'd make him humble, and he knows it. Boom. Will Mbappe be the all-time leading goal scorer in World Cup history when he retires? He's got a great chance to do it, yes. I actually don't know who the record is. I think it's closer of Germany. But considering Mbappe, this is his second tournament, he's only 23. He has got another one after this, he'll be 27. Another one after that, he'll be 31. Maybe another after that at 35. I reckon he could be a bit part player. So he's definitely got another 2 tournaments after this. Maybe then a third one as a bit part player. Don't know. 35's a bit old for a striker, to be honest. But who knows? I mean, honestly, the players are getting a bit older and older and older as, you know, advances are being made in nutrition and fitness and training and all that kind of stuff. So who knows? I think, though, yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. I really wouldn't. I reckon about 25 million will watch England-France. I think you're right, bud. I think you're right. I mean, they're hyping it up on the news. It's been hyped up on, like, daytime TV. It's in all the newspapers. I can only imagine everyone's talking about it at work. The game is on Saturday night, prime time, 7 p.m. I mean, everything is going in its favour. Everything is going in its favour. And it's France as well, like... Yeah, there's a little rivalry between England and France. So, like, you've got that. It'd be a bit like England and Germany. Like England and France, there's a little rivalry there. People know that this is going to be hard. And, 25 million, I reckon easy. Yeah, I agree. Mbappe is going to break Giroud's scoring record in 2 years, said James. NFL thinking about bringing a football team to the UK. Yeah, we have touched on that before. That would be interesting, that would. I don't know how our American friends feel about it, but I can tell you that it would be big in the UK, and it would be big growth for the NFL in this country if that was the case. I would get behind a UK NFL team, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't like start streaming it or anything, but I could see me like getting a London Spitfires like cap or something. I don't know what they'd be called. The London taxis, the London red buses, the Big Bens. Oh my God, I'm sure it'd be somewhat cringe. I've been binge watching the World Cup on my couch, says Delmar. Jilly said, love the World Cup. All the teams from around the world playing for pride and prestige, not paychecks like in the NFL. It means a lot more. Tommy said, are you doing NXT Deadline? We can't, unfortunately. It's on a Saturday. If it was on a Sunday, yes. If it was on a Saturday where there wasn't a major UFC show, then yes. But sadly, we can't do it at the weekend, which I'm pretty disappointed about. But we've got 2 World Cup games. And then straight after those 2 World Cup games, including that England game, we go pretty much straight into UFC 282. So it's just clashing with a really, really big show. The London Monarchs. That's actually all right, you know, Tony. That's actually all right. The London Royals. I don't mind that. The London Tea Drinkers. Dalmar said the UK is expecting 30 million to watch the game. Is that true? They're expecting 30 million. We looked at this the other day. The most watched TV broadcast in UK history is about 32 million. And that was the 1966 World Cup final when England won it, right? That's the most watched TV broadcast ever. It beat the moon landings, right? That's the most, and that's 32 million. So if the game on Saturday is going to be 30 million, you're already talking, it must be top 3. It must be the top 3 most watched TV broadcast, the most watched TV thing ever, like in the top 3. for the UK. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. And that's a quarterfinal. It's not even the final. So, it's a massive deal. The London Corgis, the London Nobles, the London Tees, the London Bobbies, the London Mercenaries, the London Daze. Oh, I'm loving all these. I'm loving these. Jim said there was an NFL Europe already. That was once the World Football League. Jim said, did you see the monkey puppet with the Morocco fan? I am pleased he was happy. I can't say I saw a monkey puppet. And I definitely would have noticed a monkey puppet. So, no, I can't say I did notice that. The Bobby Dazzlers. Oh, I'd love the Bobby Dazzlers. Who do you support? Oh, I support the Bobby Dazzlers. Oh, good team. Good team. Bring it home. Do it for us. US, says Aubrey Edwards, dancing on Spain's grave. Oh, na, 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Ciao. I don't know what they say. Arrivederci. So, yeah, Spain out of the World Cup. The London football team. Do you know what, Will? You're right, mate. Keep it simple. Why are we faffing around? The London American football team, that'll do, won't it? The London American football team does everything it needs to do. Lovely. The London Bridges, the London Curry, the London Australias. Still makes me laugh when I say that. The London Beans on Toast. Oh, my God. Imagine the mascot. Imagine the mascot of the London Beans on Toast. Oh, that would be my job. Oh, put me down for that. I'd love to be the mascot, and then I'm on the news. There's a big bit of bread, a big bit of toast with some beans on. It's like, this is what I was born to do. I knew that this was my calling. People said I was a has-been, but I knew that I would be golden in the end. Yeah, that could be me. The Splendid Crumpets. Oh my god! Imagine that mascot. The British Bulldogs. I can see a bit of a problem with that one. The Cardiff Doctors. Maybe it is in Cardiff. Perhaps it does go to Wales. The Cardiff Doctors, maybe. The London Cockneys. Hello, sweetheart. How you doing? Apples and pears. And all of that. The London Bangers and Mash. London Bangers. Steve said, if England lose on Saturday, are you sure you'll be able to sit through a 6-hour UFC show? I'm not sure that show is going to cheer you up. It looks a little bit dry. I am going to be perfectly fine. Because to be honest, I am expecting England to lose. England are a team that have got a chance, but sadly, it's only a chance. It's not a game that we go into expecting to win. It's a game we hope to win. It's a game we want to win. It's a game we're going to give our all to try and get the results. But I must admit, if you told me now, I've looked into the future, you lose it 2-1, I'd be like, okay, yeah, makes sense. We just couldn't stop Mbappe. So I think I'll be all right, you know. I think I'll be all right. I actually think I might be more of a mess if we win, which sounds crazy, because I think I'm mentally... I'm at an age now where I've seen England lose so many times that I'm prepared for it to happen. I'm prepared, and I'm just prepared for it. But if we win, I'm not necessarily expecting that, and so that's going to be more distracting because I'm going to want to know how the country has reacted. If 30 million people are watching it, I'm going to want to see the news. I'm going to want to see the radio phone-ins and see what people are saying. I'm gonna want the full reaction, you know. So jumping over and watching Boomer A fight Boomer B in the opening match of UFC, like that's gonna be, as you say, a bit dry. So actually, I think I'll be fine if they lose. If they win, I think I might be heavily distracted. The Peckham Pigeons. The London Queens. Oh, that's it right there, Tony. The London Queens. You've called it, mate. The London Queens. Expect the worst, hope for the best, says Chile. That is how you support England. that is a beginner's guide to supporting England. Big Time Back said Roman, double champ, not showing up on Raw. Third hour has now dropped to 1.2. Christmas week, maybe it's 1.1. We spoke about this. We said that, like, Christmas is just, December's a bad time. And we made this point the other day saying that December is normally quite flat. And, hang on. So, do you know what I mean? Everything's down, like, everything's suffering. Like, AEW is, like, down with its ratings. Now we're seeing, like, you know, WWE going down. December's awful. It's awful. It's always awful, as we said. It's, it'll bounce back. It'll be fine. It's just, I don't know if it's football. I don't know if it's people having to go shopping. I don't know if it's people seeing family. I don't know if it's a bit of a mixture of everything. But December, we've done these watch-alongs since, 2018? And December is always quiet and slow. And it's just like you, like, just limp through the end of the year. And as we said, there's not even, like, really a big show to build towards. You know, you got NXT this weekend. I don't know that I would necessarily class that as a big show. Certainly not main roster, is it? And I would say it's probably smaller than an AEW show as well. I think there's a bit of intrigue maybe this weekend with the Iron Survivor Challenge matches. I think there's probably something there. But... yeah, it's that time of year. That's my kind of take on it. Doesn't mean that the ratings still don't need to be improved, and they're going to have to find a way of making sure it doesn't sink any lower. But I think it's just that time of year. It's football, baby. It's football. Would you rather the World Cup every 2 years instead of 4? Oh, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. My answer is that I love the World Cup. I think having to wait every 4 years for it is a lot to ask, to be honest. It's so much pressure every 4 years, and you get to it, and, like, if you go out in the group stages, that's it. You got to wait another 4 years. It's like Italy. Italy is such a passionate footballing nation, and they haven't qualified for the last 2 World Cups. The last World Cup they were at 2014. 2014 was the last World Cup they were at. I understand the argument of, like, yeah, but it'll be less special if you do it every 2 years. But I counter that by saying that one of the most special and most loved football tournaments is the Champions League. And the Champions League is every year. Champions League is every single year. And if your team wins the Champions League, you don't like turn around and go like, oh, it doesn't matter, it's only the Champions League. Or if you go out, you don't go, oh, well, you know, next year. It's just never that way. Like, it means something because it's made to mean something. And I think the same would be true of the World Cup. I think if the World Cup was every couple of years and it was treated just as big as it is now, I can't see any reason as to why it's not treated as prestigious as it is now. I mean, 2 years is still a long way to wait. But it's not the 4 years you have to wait now. So I don't really don't mind it being every 2 years. I think that there is definitely a conversation to be had with making it and keeping it special. I think there is definitely a conversation there, but I would point to the Champions League as a way of saying, well, that's special and that's every year. So why can a World Cup every 2 years not be special? You know, again, you've got to think about players that get injured. Look at Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane is the second best player in the world. He was second in the Ballon d'Or. And actually the person that was first as well. So the first and second best players in the world, the person that finished first in the Ballon d'Or and the person that finished second, both injured, both missed this World Cup. No Sadio Mane, no Benzema. So they could have, it'll be 8 years, basically. And that was if who knows if they're going to be fit in 4 years' time. So 4 years ago, they might have been able to have been here, but who says that they even qualify, right? Who says that Senegal even qualify? And then, so they're not here this time. They might make it yet in 4 years, but who says they qualify? Who says they qualify? Who says they're not injured? So it's like, it's a bit cruel on the players that miss out. It's a bit cruel on the fans that are so desperate to see their nations do well. They have to wait every 4 years. I am definitely down for every 2 years. I'm definitely down for it. But I can understand why people would be against it. Did you read my Alexa comment on your Alexa video? I didn't. I've been super, super busy. But I tell you what, I'll read. How about I read it now? And I read it live? Because I did say I would read it, and I am a man of my words. But I haven't had a chance to read it yet. Here we go. Bang. Bang. Big thank you to everyone that's watched and like commented on that Alexa video. I put it up last night. I thought there was some interesting stuff that we touched on. And I thought, well, I'll try something different, because I feel like everyone probably wants to talk about the Alexa thing more so than just like everything that happened. But I still did the review. It just went onto the second channel. And I was really surprised with like how much people seem to enjoy it. So big thank you to everyone that checked that out and left comments. I can see quite a few comments on that video. So let's get to Dragon Slayers from 9 hours ago. Dragon Slayer said, I believe Lily has played a bigger part in this than most people think. Lily is the source of Alexa's power. When Charlotte tore it to shreds, Alexa's personality went with it. She completely lost it and had to go to the same therapist as the one in Bray's most recent phone call Easter egg. As well as when Bray came back, the two titles were behind the witch. Everyone thought they were singles, but instead they were tag. I don't think they're tag. I think if you look, I'm sure you can see the red background in the one. I think they are singles. I don't think they're tag buds. I can try and find a picture of that. As soon as Alexa and Atsu went for the tag titles, Bray's logo started to appear. Let's have a look, see if we can find Abby the Witch at Extreme Rules. This is something that's been brought up a few times. Let's see if we can find a good image and have a look at that picture. We have got there. Oh, that hasn't downloaded, has it? Why is that not downloaded? Okay. For some reason, it doesn't want to play ball. What the hell is an AV something file? What the flip is that? JPEG. Right, let's have a look, because this has been brought up a few times. And I've never done this. I've never actually zoomed in on it, so let's have a look and see if we can flip in, get this sorted. You see, that to me looks red. And it looks like part of a W. Are the side plates different on the women's tag belts? Women's tag titles. Women's tag titles look like that. Yeah, no, that's got to be a singles belt. That's got to be a singles belt because that's the women's belt. So even if you change the side plates, look at the outline of the side plate. It's gold. It's got that silver bit in the middle. Yeah, you can change the disc, but you don't change like the actual plate. And then if you compare it to that, look, it's a different shape. The side plate is a different shape to this. This has got like curves on it, and that is a different thing. That really does look to me like I feel like I can see a little bit of red, and I feel like that is like a W that's going down. But again, look at the shape of the plate. That is the shape of the women's tag belt. The only reason we're doing this is because this has come up in conversation quite a few times. And again, look at the center plate. It's got like the bit sticking up at the top. It's got the bit sticking up at the bottom. It's got like a little curve around at the sides. That is not the tag belt, is it? That is not that belt. That is a women's, I think, Raw championship. And that one's too dark, so I can't see what that is. This must be just a bad photo. Oh, unless like when this was taken, you can't see. But in all fairness, I think that is probably the SmackDown one as well. I also heard a rumor, by the way, that these belts were actually a fan's. I don't know if this is true, but like someone said they were actually at this show, and that this was not actually part of the presentation. This was a fan that was there that put their belts at the back. Again, I don't know how true that is. And again, they might have thought that it was a fan, and then it turned out to be someone that worked there. Because I remember at the time, like, that being a big focal point. But that to me is like that is a Raw Women's Championship. So, all right, let's just park that last bit. So you're saying that Alexa plays a bigger part. It's the source of Alexa's power. When Charlotte tore it to shreds, Alexa's personality went with it. She completely lost it, had to go to the same therapist, as well as when Bray came back, 2 titles. Okay. Everyone thought they were singles instead of tag teams. Okay, so the bottom bit I'm going to dismiss because I don't think that's true. But the first bit, I mean, all I would say about her being, Lily being the source of Alexa's power is that I seem to remember, didn't he take Lily away from her? And then he said, like, oh, God, it was so messed up, wasn't it? It was so messed up. I'd have to rewatch those therapy things. But I'm sure he took Lily away because, to be honest, Lily didn't look like the flipping Lily in the shop, right? So the one that you bought at WWE shop was not the one that she was carrying. So the therapy sessions, he basically took Lily away and said, you don't need this now. And then he gave her a different Lily. He gave her a different Lily. He gave her a Lily that looks like the one that's in the shop now. But that is not, to my knowledge, got any power to it. Like, he's took the other one away and he's given her this new one. And I don't really know why he did that, because he basically said, you don't need Lily. You don't need Lily. We're going to try and get you to move away from Lily. And then the very last episode, he gives a Lily from WWE shop as like support or something. Honestly, it was a load of rubbish. It was a load of rubbish. The vibe I got from those therapy things was that they were trying to get Lily away from Alexa and they were trying to go in a new direction. And then I think that the Crown Prince or whatever at Saudi Arabia, I think he wanted like Alexa. I think he wanted Alexa and the playground Alexa and all that stuff. And so they had to change course. I think that's what happened. I think they were trying to get her away from Lily and trying to go down a different path. And then they ended up having to kind of just abandon that and stick with Lily and stick with Playground Alexa. Because I think that the Saudi people wanted Playground Alexa. So that meant that they ended up having to give her back Lily. But they gave her back a Lily that looked like the one in the shop so that they could boost sales in the shop. So I think it's a little bit tricky, but to be honest, to try and make sense of some of this stuff, because honestly, I think some of this stuff is just dirty. I think some of it is just dirty and it's money and it's all just trying to sell Lily dolls from the shop. That's my take on it. Because I think if you try to read into that therapy stuff, I think it's a load of rubbish. I think they tried to go down one road and then for Saudi Arabia, because don't forget was it Elimination Chamber? They had to then like swerve and go down a different path. So I don't know. I wouldn't really like get too drawn into that. I think the part of the comment that I can like vibe with is the bit where you're saying that she had powers, and then when Charlotte tore it to shreds, that's when like Alexa started changing. Like I can vibe with that bit, but yeah, the rest of it, I can find a few flaws. I can find a few things that not your fault. I'm just saying I can find a few things that make me go. I think that they've just tried a few things and gone down different roads, and it's all a bit messy. This is the concern, to be honest, because, and maybe it doesn't happen with Vince, but the concern is that I don't think there's a nice, clean story. I think things keep changing and getting changed, and they keep going down. I think this is why Bray got frustrated, because I don't think the story you got is the story that Bray wanted to tell. I don't think that's all. I think the story that we got is the story that was cobbled together, and it was a story that, we just flipping ended up getting. But it's not the story that Bray wanted to tell. I don't think it's the story Alexa wanted to tell. It's just the story we ended up getting. I am going to burst all Alexa Bliss fans' bubbles. Alexa is not going to win the Raw Women's title. I don't know that she wins the Raw Women's title, but I think she challenges for it. Because I think that next week, as we said in that video, I think that you're going to see Becky take out Bayley and cost Bayley, and then I think Alexa does go for the belts. I think that it could be big when she faces Bianca, because I think Bianca could win and then the anger consumes Alexa maybe. So you could be right, she might not win the title, but I think we could see her losing it. We could see her like really starting to turn, because it feels to me like she's turning. I feel like she's turning. I don't feel like she's about to be attacked by Bray. I think that he is trying to bring her back into the fold. And who knows? Maybe it's him. Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's Uncle Howdy. Maybe it's, the masked person, or maybe she is the masked person. There's a few different thoughts and theories doing the rounds. But I am looking forward to this. I feel like we're definitely doing something with her. I feel like there's a story, there's a direction. So I'm excited to see where it's going to go. If Rhea Ripley doesn't win the Rumble and gets the push she deserves, I'm going to be done with WWE. She's at the point that she needs to have the title, and Bayley needs Ronda's title as well. Dalmar said, I was looking at the Observer and Raw dipped 1.7. It was 1.6 hours 1 and 2, but lost about 400,000. There is nothing keeping the audience. Women's wrestling is not drawing, says Dalmar. Adam said, NXT deadline is this Saturday. What if Alexa is recruiting Bray, says Tony. I don't think so. I don't think she is sending those. I don't think she's going to be the one that's putting the logo like behind her. I don't think she's looking to necessarily do that. It felt more like she was being interrupted. Don't think that's going that way. It's an interesting thought. I like it. I'm trying to run it through my head. And I'm thinking, why would she look so shocked at the logo at Crown Jewel, for example? Like, she looked at it and she was surprised to see it along with Asuka. So I don't feel like she's planned that. I believe that it's interrupting her, if that makes sense. What legend would you like to see return? Don't know. Really don't know. I always liked AJ Lee, so that could be fun. I really like Billie Kay, and we've spoke about that loads. I don't think she classes as a legend, but I'd love to see her come back. There's a few people I'd like to see come back, but legend is a bit tricky. Because a legend that can still actually bump is a little bit rare, to be honest. I mean, Batista was pretty cool, but I don't know. Batista was cool. I'd probably enjoy seeing Batista come back. But yeah, I don't know. I think anyone that can actually still wrestle, I don't know how much of a legend they would be. Don't know. I really don't know who else is out there. I mean, I feel like Sid would be good. I feel like Sid, I don't know, he's still around. Psycho Sid, we haven't seen him in forever. Demolition are still about as well, Honky Tonk Man's still around, but again, are these people that can take bumps? Jerry the King Lawler would be great. I'd love to see the King. So, you know, people like that, but I just worry that they're of a certain age now. Could they take bumps? I don't know. Jake said Vincent and Dutch are in the crowd tonight. What, they're in the crowd at NXT? God, if they're going to get involved in NXT, that's going to be interesting. Are they really in the crowd tonight? They're in the crowd for NXT. Are they going to bring them into NXT? Bit weird. What do you think about sanity reforming? Will they be jobbers? They're still using sanity gimmick on indies. I think if they do bring them back, I think that they will likely, well, there'll be a faction. I don't think there'll be like, you know, a big faction. I mean, I feel like there'll be a faction like Hit Row. I could see them being that type of level. I don't think really there's... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, what are you going to do with a faction like that? You might put the tag belts on them, but I don't know that I see them putting the women's title onto Nikki. They could do, but it would only be like once in a while. No disrespect to Nikki, but I don't see her as being on Bianca's level or Rhea's level. So I think like you could do some fun faction wars. You know, that'd be fun. So you can definitely do some stuff with them, but I don't know. I wonder what wrestling fans would deem as a success. I really don't know. I don't know what wrestling fans would class as success and what wrestling fans would be like, oh, they've botched it. I sort of feel like my expectation would be a bit like Hit Row. Win some matches, but definitely lose some matches. Get involved in a bit of a faction war. Maybe eventually pick up some tag belts. I mean, honestly, I could see Ashanti and Top Dollar being tag champs at some point. Just like I could see maybe Killian Dane and Eric Young being tag champs at some point. But I don't really know what more you could do beyond that from like a title point of view. I don't see Eric Young being WWE champ or anything. Could he go after a mid-card bout? Sure. But I don't know. I don't really know what would be deemed as successful for sanity. I don't really know where people's expectations are. Have you seen a Bron Breakker figure? It's a basic. Have I seen a Bron Breakker figure? Do you know I don't know? Genuinely don't know. Let me have a look. Bron Breakker figure. I have seen that. It was boring. Yeah, it's a black singlet, which I thought for a first figure was a bit dull. I mean, the face looks all right. To be honest, face looks pretty good. I don't have any problems with that. I've got it lined up. I'll show you. Bang, bang, bang. There he is. It's all right. The only thing I would say is that when I think of Bron Breakker, I don't think of like black, boring ring gear. I always think of like quite bright, quite colourful. So it just seems a bit strange that this is the ring gear that they've chosen for him. I think the face looks good, though. I think that face is good. I can see that as Bron Breakker, definitely. Body type looks decent as well. Some nice detail on the boots. Like, there's plenty to like about this figure, and it's only $9.99 because it's a basic, so I actually don't mind it. My only criticism would be that I wish that the singlet was, like, just had some colour to it. But outside of that, I think that, yeah, if you want a Bron Breakker... If you want a Bron Breakker, my honest advice would be wait, because that seems like they've got the face scan, the body type, they've got everything in place to make a great Bron Breakker figure. I just don't think this is it. So my advice would be wait, don't go for that one, because there'll be another one that comes along soon enough. I'm sure there'll probably be a Killer Elite figure that comes along as well soon enough. So yeah, I that wouldn't be on my Christmas list. But I could understand if people wanted it because we've not had a Bron before. Black was a cheaper option, says Miss Clown. Hello, Miss Clown. Hope you're well. The clue's in the name regarding gear on basics. Yeah, cheaper option. I don't disagree. I still think that should have like given us some more color. I mean, there are figures that have some color to them. And, you know, I just sort of think you can do better, to be honest. So I would wait for future ones. Trini said, to rebuild any division, you need a solid mid, tag, women. Not everyone can be champ, but you need bodies or we end up with repetitive matches, random jobbers, and that only works for so long. It's true. If you want to bring in like Sanity to perform that sort of role of putting some people over, being in the mix, that's absolutely fine. It does go back to what I said, though. Like, I wonder what wrestling fans' expectations are. Because if you bring in Sanity to do that, then you're going to have people saying that they're being buried and all this kind of stuff. So it's true. I mean, not everyone can be pushed. It's as simple as that, isn't it? Unless you're going to have jobbers, which is what they used to do back in the day. And this is why jobbers are important. Because, like, they can obviously take L's and it doesn't matter. The only problem is that when you've got someone against a jobber, you just know they're going to win. But I think it's all right as long as they're still doing some impressive stuff. Really, it should be a show. It shouldn't just be that you go in there and destroy them. It should be that you use it as a way to showcase your moveset or try something different. Or you can still do something to entertain, even if you're facing just a jobber. You can still use that as an opportunity to show off. And it's not really just about going in there and getting the win, like in 7 seconds. It's about, like, you know, this is, you know, look at this moveset, look at this that I've learnt to do, and really using it as a way of showing off. So I still think you can have, like, be entertaining and entertain, even in jobber matches. And maybe they should look at doing a few more of those, you know? Maybe if you had, like, Gunther beating up some jobbers and Ricochet beating up jobbers looking really good doing it, then you book a match between those two. It's going to feel bigger because they've both got momentum and they're both, like, you know, looking good in recent matches. And, you know, that's how it used to be back in the day. You know, jobber matches were all the time on TV. Because, to be honest, TV was always used to advertise house shows. So if you want to see them face each other, if you want to see these dream matches of these people facing each other, well, simple, buy a ticket. When they're in a town near you, buy a ticket. You won't get jobber matches there. You'll get proper, you know, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. You know, imagine Bret Hart against Shawn Michaels. We don't need to. Buy a ticket. You can see it at the house show. So the TV was largely used as a way to promote the house shows. And obviously they still had good main events and they still had, like, the occasional match in there. But, you know, there was a good chunk of jobber matches in there as well. And so that's just evolved and changed over the years. Of course it has. And TV now, and the money you get for putting on a TV show has far outweighed the money made from a house show. And so now the whole business is, like, kind of flipped around. But I do think you're absolutely right. Like, jobbers and putting over big names, it's super, super important. Super important. But it's just, will fans accept that? You know, will fans be happy with that? Or will fans have an expectation of, like, more? 1 hour a show. Spoof WWE, says William. Joseph said, happy Wednesday. How are you looking for England, France? Who do you think will win? Well, we're doing the game, and I'm super excited. And I might even get that stream set up tonight so that people know that we are definitely doing it. I'm sure people know anyway, but it'd be good to have the stream set up. I am feeling all right about it. I'm feeling a bit confident. I think England have got a chance. I think that it could go penalties. I think that if we can stop Mbappe and Griezmann, and that's clearly what we're going to try to do, then we stand a chance. And, you know, when we've played big teams before, we did fall short in the summer against big teams, but this isn't the summer. We're on a great run. We're looking good as a team. We're going into it with confidence. I don't know. I just sort of feel like, if we're not going to beat them now, when are we going to beat them? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is going to be as good a shot as we're going to have for a long, long time. I'm not aware of any incredible players that are, like, waiting to break into this England team because they're here. Like, the incredible players have arrived and they're bedded in, and we've got a young squad and we've got a lovely blend of youngsters and experience. We've got a star striker. It would be nice to have some better defenders, but I just don't see them coming through. So it's not like I can sit here and go, oh, if only this game was next year. If this was next year, then we would have I can't say that. I'm not aware of like these amazing players that are coming through. So this feels like our best chance. And it feels actually like a slightly weakened France as well, because they should have Benzema, best player in the world. Don't have him. They should have Hernandez, their left back, who's missing, and defensively that makes them a little weaker. They should have N'Golo Kante. They should have Paul Pogba. There's like all these names that are missing for France. So you look at it and go, well, I don't think we could be much stronger than right now. And they're definitely weakened. If we go out, we go out. It's as simple as that. If we're not good enough, we're not good enough. So I'm kind of taking that approach to it. I think England have got a great chance. I think it's going to be fine margins. I obviously want them to do it. I'm a bit worried that they won't. And, you know, what will be, will be. But it's going to be nervy. It's going to be horrific. I'm probably going to poop myself. And it's going to be one of the most stressful streams I've ever done in my life. It's going to remind me a lot of the Euros final last year when I was just a flipping mess. So, yeah, massive, monstrous stream on Saturday. How about the WWE product? I feel like SmackDown and NXT under Triple H have been enjoyable, but Raw has been a bit of a bore. Too many women's wrestling. I think the problem with Raw is that third hour. I think that 2 hours of wrestling is great. I think a third hour is hard to book. I mean, you can easily look at Raw and go, you know, lose that, get it down to 2 hours, and you go, do you know what? That's all right, actually. You can get a couple of hours. I mean, I disagree with the women's wrestling, because I actually thought that the stare downs between Becky and Bayley and Becky and Rhea were brilliant, actually. I think what they're doing with Alexa is really interesting as well. So, I mean, I understand people are going to point to the numbers and say the numbers don't support, or people don't feel that women's wrestling is that interesting. I disagree. I mean, for me personally, I find it I find it just as good, if not better at times, than the men. But I think you need to have the right women involved. I mean, Asuka, brilliant. Rhea, brilliant. Bianca, brilliant. I mean, I think there's some really fun stuff that's going on in the women's division. So I think it's not a sign that we should give up on women's wrestling. If anything, if I was Triple H, I'd be looking to double down, honestly. I'd be looking at how do I build this women's division up, because it ain't going anywhere. It ain't going to go anywhere. This is, it would be sending a horrific message if they got rid of women's wrestling. It ain't going anywhere. And if you dial it back, you're never going to improve the numbers. So, I don't know, maybe you make an argument they should do an all-women show. Maybe you should make an argument that they should go and put the women on earlier and give them a bigger spotlight. I don't know. I feel like there's probably a lot that needs to be looked at, but women's wrestling ain't going anywhere. And nor should it, in all fairness, so. Right, here is Axiom. Daze, I happened to do my first interview with Dutch this week. Cheap plug. Go ahead, that's awesome. And he did mention that he thought we would see him sooner than later. Is it up on your channel now, WrestleBuzz? Is it on your channel now? Is it coming onto your channel? Thea Hale! Look at her bouncing around in the background. Yeah! Yeah! Take the flag! Take the flag! She's fired up, man. She's fired up. I'm fired up. If Thea Hale is ready, Wrestling Daze is ready. I love that woman. Have I mentioned that before? Here's Andre Chase. Come on, Andre Chase. Come on, Andre Chase. Ah! Chase you. Yes. 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 Honestly, God. If I was Andre Chase right now, I'd rip these men in half. I'd be so pumped up. I need her to like give me a pep talk before every stream. You can do this! Yes! So good. Dave's getting giddy. Listen, we can't talk about women's wrestling and, like, you know, a concern about it, and then I'm going to sit here and freak out about Thea Hale. Like, point proven, she is goated in my eyes. There ain't no guys bringing the energy that she brings. I love her, man. I missed the Boywood guy. Yeah, he was good. I don't know why they got rid of him, to be honest. I really don't know why they got rid of him. He was good. He was all right, he was. Austin, hello. Max said, me and Daze are Thea Hale stands. We should start a group. We should start a Thea Hale stan group. If you create a simp account, invite me. I'll be all over that. Down goes Von Wagner. Now they're pounding away on Von Wagner. Kicks coming into the midsection. Looking for a suplex. Big suplex by Andre Chase and Axiom. We've got the Grayson Waller Effect. It's going to be with everyone that's in the men's Iron Challenge. But obviously we're going to find out here who that's going to be. Andre Chase rolls up Axiom. And it's a teachable moment. Axiom just got a teachable moment. Against the ropes. Arm drag. Andre Chase. Von Wagner's up. Drop kick there by Axiom. Von Wagner down in the corner. Andre Chase is down. When do you think Raw will drop the third hour? They won't. They won't. They will. If they could have a fourth hour, they would have it. They won't drop it. Wes said, women's wrestling is Lady Gardens, and who doesn't love Lady Gardens? It's a really good point. It's a really good point. Guys, women have got boobs. And you want to get rid of that? You want to get rid of boobs? Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Strikes coming in by Axiom. England, France is Saturday at 10 p.m. Doha, 6 a.m. AEDST in Australia. It's 1 hour after Portugal, Morocco finishes. Is it only 1 hour after that finishes? Well, we're doing the one game and then we'll go straight into the next. So, don't you worry. We'll be live at least an hour before the Portugal-Morocco game. We'll do that and then we're straight into England-France. I feel sick just thinking about it. Clothesline by Von Wagner. Daze, why are Vincent and Dutch in the crowd? What reason could there be? I don't know. I haven't seen that they are in the crowd. I don't know where that has been reported. Are there pictures of them in the crowd? Could we see them appearing on the show? Right, we've gone to commercial break. Is it being reported on Fightful Selects? Fightful Selects. No, mate. No news on Fightful Select. Straight. Iron Survivors. No. Axiom is really smooth in the ring. Kinky. Can't see it on Fightful. Where did you see it? Where did you see this news? Was it on Big Brian's TikTok account? All right, mate, I'm Big Brian. Got the latest wrestling news for you. Quickly, just so you know, Dutch and Vincent are going to be at NXT. Don't know why, but definitely worth keeping an eye out. I don't know why Big Brian is Australian, but... Sean Rassap just reported it. Did he put it on... where did he put it? He's not put it on Fightful with him. Sorry, he's not put it on Fightful. Sean Ross Sappage. Vincent, Dutch, Casey Navarro are in the crowd. Do you know what's really interesting about that last name? He was there for a tryout. Casey Navarro is there for a tryout along with Kaylee Ray. So if Vincent and Dutch are there, then they're there for tryouts, which adds to the thought maybe that they're not going to. Adds to the thought that maybe they're not going to be used with Bray, maybe. That's interesting. That is interesting. They're there to see Scrypts. They're there to see Scrypts. Yes. Oh, Struth, mate. Big Brian back again, just so you know. Dutch and Vincent are in the crowd. Apparently, they're telling everyone they want to see Scrypts. Desperate to see Scrypts. It's got to be that, innit? It's got to be that. A little under the weather, live in Idaho. I've tweeted you a picture of them in the crowd. I think I might have got it. Is it that one? Let's have a little look. Vincent. Big news. It is big news. Actually, we'll chuck it up as a separate video. I feel like this is big because it's really got big connections to Bray, hasn't it? Well, that's big as well, isn't it? Jeez Louise, didn't intend for that to be that size. Let's make this bigger. There we go. Bang. Where's the picture? There. Big breaking news coming out of NXT. It's been reported about 20 odd minutes ago that Vincent, Dutch, and Casey Navarro are in the crowd at tonight's NXT. Now, I did read earlier that Casey Navarro is actually there for tryouts. There's rumors doing the rounds that Kaylee Ray is there for tryouts as well. No sign of her being in the crowds. But Casey Navarro is in the crowd at NXT, but so is Vincent and Dutch. And a big shout out to Jake Campbell for pointing this out and saying that this was on Twitter, because it's certainly something I hadn't seen. So a massive shout out to Jake for this. He was the one that brought it to my attention. And this is the tweet from Sean Ross Sapp. You can see Vincent, Dutch, Casey Navajo. There is the image of them at NXT. Now, this is really interesting because they're heavily linked with Bray. Vincent and Dutch have been heavily linked with the Wyatt Six group. I must admit, I'm a bit torn on this. This definitely is designed to get people talking, and it definitely shows that there is a connection between them and WWE. We already knew they were backstage a few weeks ago. But does this mean they're heading to NXT and they're part of a tryout? Or is it that they're already signed and they're actually going to be joining the company and they're just sat there to generate a little bit of buzz? Who knows? Maybe we'll get some answers, maybe later on in this show of NXT. But either way, this is big, this is interesting, and it definitely shows that there is a link, a very real link, between Vincent and Dutch and WWE. So this is definitely something to keep an eye on. This is a developing situation. What does it mean, though? What does it mean? So yeah, Jake, shout out to you, bud. That's I really appreciate that. That's something that I know people are going to be really interested in. Because I'm really interested in it, and I always think if I'm really interested in it, then chances are someone else is going to be really interested in it. Right. Okay, we've got a shot there by Andre Chase. Okay, Axiom is down. We're still underway with this match. We're 13 minutes into this. Axiom is down. Okay, so Axiom has got Von Wagner in the center of the ring. Andre Chase is down, is trying to reach over to Duke Hudson for some reason. I don't really understand why. Andre Chase is able to break that hold. Oh, Von Wagner plants Andre Chase too, and he's... Oh, shoulder up! I didn't think he was going to get up then. I didn't think he was going to get up. He manages to just get his shoulder up. Chase U chants Axiom on the shoulders of Von Wagner. DDT. Andre Chase going to the outside. Thea Hale going mental as Andre Chase climbs up. Comes crashing down. Von Wagner. Oh, kick to the side of the head by Axiom. Here's Axiom. 2, 3. Axiom does it. Axiom does it. Axiom is the person that's going into that Iron Challenge match. Axiom kicks Von Wagner in the side of the head, and it is Axiom that picks up the... I really wanted Andre Chase, man. I think a lot of people would have wanted Andre Chase. That's upsetting. So, yeah, it is Andre Chase that goes forward, and there it is Axiom that goes forward, and there is Andre Chase slumped by the commentary table, looking pretty gutted. So the field is set. Axiom has been included. Men's Iron Challenge. So all of those guys are going to be on the Grayson Waller Effect coming up in a bit. Cora deadline. Right, we've just got a little thing for Cora. Boom, let me just put this thumbnail up. Let's jump over to the chat. Are you enjoying NXT again? I think it's pretty good, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot better than it was. It's a lot better than when it was 2.0 for me personally. I know that there were people that were fans of 2.0. But, I mean, I said before, the reason that we stepped away wasn't so much because of the show being bad. It was more because we were doing, like, the football channel at the time. So if we weren't doing like the Premier League football channel, I don't know that we would have stepped away ever. So it wasn't really because of that, but it's true that it was not easy to watch, I thought. I thought that it actually became a bit difficult to sit through. I really struggled with it. So I can't say it was hard to drop it, but yeah, I have enjoyed it since I've returned to it. We've got Julius Creed then in the medical center. So they said that Julius is not going to be cleared. So Julius is not cleared to compete. Bron Breakker is going to be up next. Okay, I think, are we going to commercial break? I think we're at commercial break. Okay, lovely. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, we are 18 minutes in, and we've had Axiom. Not crazy about that. We've had Axiom go through, and we are going to go back to, I don't know if it's the Grayson Waller Effect thing next, but I know that's coming up where everyone in the Iron Survivor match is going to be on that show. Wyatt 6, it's a joy to have you here, said Irish Rebel. Big fan of Vincent and Dutch. Came to NXT because they keep talking about on the 6th, said Wyatt 6. Is Deadline this weekend? Are you doing the stream? Deadline is this weekend, but we're not doing the stream, unfortunately, because it's the same weekend as NXT. It's the same weekend as NXT. NXT? Same weekend as UFC 282. Vincent and Dutch. Lovely. I would like to know if Drew has an injury, says Jim. It's going to be difficult not hearing Deadline. Here we go. Girls 69.xyz says they are the best adult dating site, guys. They are the best. Don't go thinking that anyone else can compete with these guys, because they absolutely can't. If you are looking for adult dating, these guys are the best in the business. I vouch for them myself, actually. I vouch for them myself. Right, I am distracted, but I am coming back. I'm coming back. How's Ava Rain doing? She is doing okay. I don't think there's really much that you can judge her by. Her promos seem... I mean, she doesn't really do much in a promo. She'll say a few words, but we haven't seen her come out on her own and actually do anything. She certainly hasn't shown any charisma on the level of The Rock, but be a bit fair to judge her by those standards. We haven't seen her in the ring. I mean, she just seems like a girl, to be honest. She just seems like a normal girl. So, there's really not much to judge her by. Right, here's Bron. Bron's on the water. Here's Apollo. He's come down to a boat. You got room for one more? So Apollo has come down to go out onto the water with Bron. What if he tries to drown him? Okay, so Bron is out on the water in a boat with Apollo, and they're fishing. Okay, so they're out fishing in Florida. This is... I don't mind these things. If you can't trust a random prom bot on a YouTube stream, how can you trust... Yeah, that's true. Random porn. I see you doing that standing moonsault as well, says Apollo. Is there any other moves of mine that you're looking to steal? So he's just asking, is there any more moves of mine that you're looking to steal? They just showed Apollo doing the moonsault. And then they showed Bron doing it. Obviously, this is building towards their title match. Every match is a must-win match, says Bron. This community is a bunch of foul-mouthed weirdos. I feel so at home, says Trini. I suppose all the stuff about Vincent and Dutch joining Bray isn't happening. Don't know. Genuinely don't know. The question is, are they there because they're at tryouts and they're looking to join? Or is it a case that they have already joined and they're, you know, just been doing some stuff at the Performance Center? They might have just been at the Performance Center and now they're just sat watching NXT tonight. I mean, don't forget, they know that if Vincent and Dutch are going to be at ringside and are going to be spotted, that there's going to be talk. They know there'll be talk. WWE are fully aware of where the conversation is. So it's hard to know. It's hard to know if it's a case that they're there for tryouts or if it's a case that they're there because they've just been at the Performance Center just working on a few things. You know, if they're about to go to the main roster directly and be like working with Bray, you probably would send them to the Performance Center. It's big. I think them being there is a big talking point. It's just how do you interpret it? Life of Daz said, I'm wishing you a Merry Christmas. Life of Daz, shout out to you, buds. Merry Christmas to you as well. Right, we've got Bryson Montana. That is the brother of Hannah Montana. So Hannah Montana's brother gets picked up here by Sanga. Oh, planted. He's still wearing his suit. Hannah. Here's Javier Bernal. What the flip's this? Javier Bernal is making his way down to the ring, and he's only just noticed that Indi in the ring. Javier Bernal has decided that he's now got an injury, and he's walking away. So, okay, Indi are going to look to cut a promo. So they've interrupted this match. So Javier Bernal match interrupted. Okay, they're saying they're going to wait for Julius Creed to be ready. So they're going to wait for Julius Creed to be fit. Here's the Creeds, though. The Creeds are coming out anyway. Creeds don't want to wait. The Creeds want to go at it. So the Creeds have come out. Let them fight, Chance. Let them fight. Thea Hale's got a match. Isla Dawn. Way. She's super ready. She's got a match with Isla Dawn. Oh man, she's so hyped. She's so hyped. She's so excited. Daze, Vincent is going to interrupt the main event, said Trentham. Austin says, R.I.P. Thea. Tell you what, I feel sorry for Isla Dawn. Isla Dawn's going to get messed up. Isla Dawn's going to be humble. So, Thea Hale match. Isla Dawn. Boom. Life Dad said, I like this NXT better than the 2.0 stuff. Have you been watching Impact? No, I don't watch Impact, buds. I don't watch Impact. But I hope you're enjoying it, Daz. I hope you're enjoying it. R.I.P. Thea. You spelled Isla wrong. Guys, Isla is spelled I-S-L-A. Yeah, I-S-L-A. That's how you spell Isla. You type in the wrong letters. Make her humble, Thea! Make her humble! Daze, Vincent is going to join Bray Buckets. Okay. Bray, you say. Bray. And who is it? Vincent. Vincent. In Bray. Wyatt 6. Wyatt 6. So it's in the book, mate. It's in the book. Booked it. Neo Solar says R.I.P. Isla. Yeah. Make her humble, Thea Hale. Yes. Dutch and Vincent could be put with a new sanity. That doesn't really have anything to do with Thea Hale. Day 6. Day 6. I guess that's another win for Thea, said Jaden. Yay! Win after win after win after win. Dub after dub after dub after dub. That could be a meme, couldn't it? Dub so big I've had to use both hands. There you go. Screenshot that. Big dub. Time for some sexy dancing. Days, watch Hard to Kill in January. No! I don't like films. Wrestling is Art said Thea for the win! Yes. All Days do is win, 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 no matter what. Yes. They made Bryson Montana look like he could be a potential candidate in NXT, and then they completely buried him. Yay! No, Hannah, 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 Hannah. He's not even the coolest of all the Montanas. You've got Hannah Montana. You got French Montana. You've got Barry Montana, Mandy Montana, yeah? And then you've got that man, what was his name? Bryson Montana. Down here somewhere. Dub's so big you have to use both hands, says William. Yep. Days, anti-conspiracy ad campaign, says William. Love these sound effects. They're not sound effects. I've actually got a group of small children down here that do what I say on demand, which is mostly just cheer, to be honest. Who the F is Barry Montana? What? Do you not listen to hip-hop? Bit embarrassing. Only dropped the biggest album of 2022. He had a fantastic track called Clappity Clap Clap. I was everywhere this summer, man. Clappity clap clap, clappity clap clap, clappity clap clap, clappity clap clap. It's got a good beat to it, man. Tony Montana. Tony Montana works in the local greengrocers. What are they doing down there? Oh, what, the kids? Oh, they're all right. They're all right. As long as they get a bit of bread. Bit of bread, bit of cuddle. Tony Montana, say hello to my little friend. Here's Sol Ruka. Dancing away. Yeah, doing the Thea Hale victory dance. Oh no, there's a little arguing in the background. What's going on? Oh, there's shouting and everything. We got Briggs and Jensen. Is that Malik Blades? Ah, it's all happening on Tickety Tock. Right, who's this dude? Is this XY Zion Quinn? Austin! Austin! Oh! Oh! Kids, cheer! Cheer for Austin! Cheer! That was not me. Right, here's Tony. XY Zion is here. What's your opinion of Austin Theory's push after Vince left? Well, it was a mess, weren't it? I think since he lost the briefcase, it's been a lot better. But anything pretty much up till the briefcase cash-in, and very much including the cash-in, was what can only best be described as a dumpster fire. Right, it's going to be Tony versus XY Zion Quinn. Right, Austin, lol. I'm starting to become a Sol Ruka fan. All she did was dance. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, she just put a TikTok up of her dancing. How have you become a fan? XY Zion Quinn versus Tony D. WWE clip said, "What is your name?" You don't need to put sir. This isn't school. Daze. D-A-Z-E. Although I did just spell like it was school. But WWE clip, shout out to you. Hi, WWE clip said 1 minute wrestler. It's Don Tony. Pay respect, it's the Don. Sorry. Tony Don. There we go. What country law does your mom think is going to win the cup law? She's actually really impressed with Brazil law. She's really impressed with Brazil law. She, when I was talking to her about England, France, she was like, oh my God, but Brazil, did you see how quick they passed the ball? And that's it. That's her barometer of what a good team is. Did you see how quickly they passed the ball? We can't cope with that. We can't cope with how quick they pass the ball. It's like, no, you're right. You're right. You're right, Mum. The speed that they pass the ball with, it's going to kill us. Bless. Bless her. Flipping idiot. Right, we've got Tony Don in the ring. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, Linda. Hope you're well, mate. Welcome to NXT. We've got XY Zion Quinn taking on Tony D'Angelo. 1, 2. Oh my God, he beat him. Is that a surprise? Like, I'm surprised. Tony D'Angelo just beat XY Zion Quinn clean. Look who's back, baby. Austin, what's your reaction, please? What's your reaction, Austin, please? Tell you what, he just made him humble. He just did to him what Thea Hale's going to do to Isla Dawn. He said he's like a shiny new hubcap. He's got some new connections. Okay, so it's a promo now. He's beaten him, and now it's a promo. Wesley, you took a cheap shot. So he's calling out Wesley. And here is Wesley. Welcome back, Tony. Wesley making his way down. I appreciate you coming out here to pay tribute, says Tony. I appreciate you coming out here to pay tribute. I've got my eye on you just as much as you've got your eye on me. Stacks is jumping in. Please have your man switch to decaf and chill out. Why did XY Zion Quinn deserve this burial, said James. 'Cause he's a loser. There's a lot of talking going on. Your and Dijak's business is going to have to wait. Oh, here's Dijak now. You're a scumbag from the streets, but stay out of my way. Keep my name out of your mouth, he says to Wesley. Dijak's cool, isn't he? I like Dijak. I like his presentation. I like the alleyway kind of vibe as well. Stacks attacks Wesley, but Wesley bounces off the ropes. Wesley goes through the ropes to the outside. So Dijak says, keep my name out of your mouth. Keep my name at your mouth. At your mouth. Keep my name at your mouth. Okay, we are 40 minutes into this show. Is this WWE 2K22? Yes. Yes. I'm doing very well. Right, last week we were backstage. Charlie, we didn't see this, did we? I wish I could follow in my father's footsteps. You want to step in the ring with me? I'll show you that you don't belong. Okay. That's actually quite... I really like that because I didn't know why this match was happening. And actually, Hank is coming across really respectful. So, yeah, he's come across as really respectful here of Charlie Dempsey. It's kind of interesting. I feel like Charlie Dempsey's going to make him humble. It's going to make him humble, just like Thea Hale's going to make that witch humble. Dae, I'm new to NXT. Who is this guy and who is his dad's? Charlie Dempsey's William Regal's son. And Charlie Dempsey. We haven't seen loads of Charlie Dempsey, in all fairness. But he's one of those like throwback sort of wrestlers. Loves the catchers catch can style, like mat-based locks and all that kind of stuff. So have a look, see if you enjoy that style of wrestling. It's certainly not the Young Bucks, but he's very good. He's very credible. Sometimes this doesn't play very well to a WWE crowd, though. That's the only problem. Don't know that the WWE crowd go crazy for the Charlie Dempsey style, but don't know. Let's see. Let's see if there's a way we can get him over. Thank you, Daze. Thank you, Chris. Charlie Dempsey is so good, says Neo Solar Temper. Neo Solar Temple. When do you think we see Charlotte Flair again? Well, apparently she put up something new on Instagram. I don't know how often she's been posting on Instagram. But I did just record the Wrestling Escape Pod, which is a weekly podcast. We've started doing a really fun new thing, which is we look at the WWE put up the 25 best WWE Instagram pictures. So what me and Tommy do is we have started to look at those. We never looked at them before, but each week they do this. And so we've started to look at those and we have some fun with those. So we have a look, see who the wrestler is, what they're wearing, where was the picture taken? If there's something interesting in the background, we might talk about that. And, you know, it can lead into like other conversations of things, but we just look at these different images and we have like a lot of fun with it and it's good. And like, I think there's some fun stuff in the one that goes up tomorrow as well. And anyway, one of the pictures was Charlotte. So actually Charlotte's pictures are brilliant. Charlotte's picture made me laugh today. And it was because of something Tommy said. So that's tomorrow. We've got the Wrestling Escape Pod. It goes up every Wednesday just before the AEW stream on its own channel. And actually, I love looking at these Instagram pictures. I'm really thinking of just pulling out maybe some of the funnier ones and putting them up as like separate videos because I really need to start doing that. And the fact now that we're recording the Wrestling Escape Pod and not just doing it live, that now is going to give me time to do things like that. So yeah, I'm excited. We'll have to see like how that goes, but I am loving that. The Instagram stuff is pretty funny. So yeah, she had put up a new picture last week. I looked at it earlier. But still waiting for the return of the next WWE Universal Champion, Rick Boogs, says The Beach Kevin. Jim said William Regal managing his son could be interesting. Maybe. If Brazilian somehow Brazil somehow loses, will that be the biggest upset of the World Cup? One of, yeah. I think a lot of people are expecting Brazil to get past Croatia. I feel like the Moroccan result today, though, is going to take some beating. Who's this? Have we got another mystery person? Is this Scrypts? NXT is now my new home. Yes. Come on, Scrypts. Sincerely, Scrypts. Fantastic. That is the greatest 1 minute of pro wrestling we've seen this year. It was... what didn't it have? It had emotion. It had drama. It had twists. It had turns. Killed it. It was Scrypts sat writing stuff down, right? He was sat there writing stuff down, and he was saying stuff like, I'm coming for the people at the top of the tree. The tree is the top. I'm a big fan of trees. I used to see trees when I was a kid, and I used to think that I couldn't climb that tree, but now I can climb that tree because trees are there to be climbed, and I've learned how to climb. I'm a born climber. Since I've started climbing trees, I just keep going to the next branch. NXT is the highest branch that I've reached, but it's not the end of the road for me. There are other branches for me to reach, and I'm going to keep on reaching for those branches because NXT is not going to define me, but I will define NXT. I will be the king of that branch, and that branch is going to know my name, and my name is Scrypts. It's powerful. I mean, what I just said paled into insignificance compared to what Scrypts said. Although I am a little bit worried about what I just said was actually a bit more interesting. That is for other people to judge. Powerful. Best promo ever, says John. Best promo ever. It was so dramatic, and I was like on the edge of my seat, and I think I've actually pooped myself just with sheer excitement of seeing Scrypts. And did you see that he was writing notes whilst he was doing that promo and throwing them away because they weren't good enough? And then did you actually see his handwriting? And his handwriting looked rubbish. I don't know if you actually saw that, but like the actual bit of notepad that we saw, it's like, you know how he like does all this? And it's all lovely. When you actually saw his notepad, it's like a child had written it. I feel like there's so much to take from that. I feel like I could do a 1 hour wrestling escape pod just on that little 1 minute of footage. And that's how you know you've seen something special, to be honest. That's how you know that you've seen something that's going to stay with you and this universe for a long, long time. Right, we've got Charlie. He is doing some wrestling. He's got double wrist lock applied at the moment and shot to the midsection here by Hank Walker. That's right, William. His name is Hank Walker. Shot to the midsection. Martin Scorsese has now joined the NXT writing team to help with that promo. It's got all the hallmarks of Martin Scorsese. I think you're absolutely right. That felt big budget. It felt dramatic. I could feel his pain when he was like writing stuff and it wasn't good enough. And he was like having to chuck it away. And we were just seeing how many times he had attempted to write like a child and fail. And yeah, I mean, it was quite the journey. It was quite the journey, wasn't it? It was quite the journey. It was very powerful. Drew Gulak has come out. He is standing in the entranceway. This is going to be big for Tommy Toy Travels. He is a big fan of Drew Gulak. So this is going to be very exciting to him. And now Charlie Dempsey. Trying to work on the knee here. Pulling back on the leg. Look at this. This is proper wrestling from Charlie Dempsey, you know. This is proper wrestling. Oh my God, look at the hold, man. He's got Hank Walker's head going this way. He's got his legs bending round that way. He's like, That was nice. Drew Gulak was watching and he wasn't impressed, but he should have been impressed. It's over. That was nice by Charlie Dempsey. Charlie Dempsey. I might be a Charlie Dempsey simp, you know. There's a lot of people that won't like that style of wrestling, but I do, because that's proper old school throwback. Here's Zoe Shark. Zoe Shark. Zoe Shark. Zoe Shark. Na 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 na. Right, Dempsey wins. Yeah. Gulak watches. I want to watch that Scrypts thing again. I feel like I just That's the kind of segment you have to watch about 20 times to just get all the little nuances, because there's lots of little bits and bobs that get past you if you don't watch it again and again and again. Yours sincerely, the simp. At least Drew's not going to get beat up by Charlie Flair. If WWE puts Charlie Dempsey in the Brawling Brutes and gets rid of Ridge Holland, they can get Charlie over. Who's Charlie over? Right, here is Pretty Deadly. One is dressed like an elf. One is dressed like Santa. It's very exciting. Dear whoever is reading, I've found a tree. I quite like this tree. I'm going to climb this tree. I'm going to get to the top of this tree. Look at me at the tippity top. Oh no, I'm stuck in the tree. Please help me down. Scrypts. I like that, Sonny. That's a great journey that we've been on. I like that. Please send help, Scrypts. How did I manage to misspell tree? Because you're an idiot. Isn't that Regal's son? Yep. Dave's taking silly pills, says Linda. Caffeine pills. Definitely. Popping them like there's no tomorrow. But maybe they have messed with my head a little bit. Maybe they have. I don't know. Imagine Dempsey versus Daniel Bryan, says James. Zoe is angry, says Jim. She's always angry. She's an angry little thing at the moment. Right, how long have we got? We are at 1:54, so that means that we are 6 minutes away from halftime scores. We'll do that at the next commercial break. Sonny says, whoa, ouch. Pretty dumb, says Annette. Pretty dumb. Put Riddle with them and call them Bro Deadly. Bro Deadly. Bro Deadly. Is that like Bo Diddley? Bro Deadly. I don't know what that means. I feel like it might be a play on Bo Diddley. Please respond. Dark Angel, can you tell me if that's the joke? Because I want to laugh at it. But I don't want to laugh at the wrong thing, because then I'll be embarrassed in front of everyone. Riddle got blasted on Raw, says Linda. Sonny said, Trini, how's the island? How's the island, Trini? Pretty Deadly makes us Brits look like idiots. I know, we're pretty good at doing that ourselves, in all fairness. We don't really need Pretty Deadly. Bo Diddley. Bo Diddley, that was a person. There was a person called Bo Diddley. I didn't just make that up. Brother Deadly. I like Pretty Deadly. They're like a talented British version of the Young Bucks. Dark Angel said it was funnier before I typed it. No, it's fine. If that's what you're going for, I just wanted to know if that's what you was going for, and then I will give it respect. But I didn't know if I'd just completely missed the joke. Which, it does happen quite often. Daisy's reading other people's conversations. I know, it's like I shouldn't even be here, really. It's sort of like, you guys, you carry on with yourselves. You have chats, guys. Yeah, don't mind me. Enjoy the show. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and don't worry about me. I'll just be over here. Grayson Waller's here. Grayson Waller's here. We're going out in grand style, said Grayson Waller. I can do your job better than you can. He's a great talker, isn't he? Tonight in the main event. So the Grayson Waller Effect is going to be the main event. Grayson Waller Effect. Yes. Effect. Lots of eye rolling. Right, here we go then. It's time for a real Christmas story with Pretty Deadly. A real Christmas story with Bo Diddley. Pretty Deadly. Pretty cringe. Time for a real Christmas story. We've got a throne. It's the kind of throne that a King of the Ring would sit in. I wish we had some hot chockey. Oh, God, this is going to be awful, isn't it? It's going to be... I can't even joke. It's just going to be awful. Oh, I could be doing other things with my life. They wrote this themselves. They should sell that book, though, on WWE Shop. People would buy that. I mean, not many people, but... Not a creature was stirring. Not even a mouse. We're being read a story. Like, this is happening. This is happening. Oh, their bulging sacks overflow. What kind of book is this? Worship your glorious tag team champs. Oh, tasty British snacks like what? Jaffa cakes. Are they British? It's no wonder the Americans hate the English, to be honest. It's Christmas, Elton. Even I hate the British after this. It's because Santa only comes once a year, says James. Who is that guy in the black tights? I don't know which one's which. One's pretty, one's deadly. We're the greatest, tastiest gifts for you all. Can I get a refund? Refund! Oh my God! Why is this happening to me? Oh, it's going on. There's more of it. Can we throw them in the harbour with the tea? Yeah, do it. Merry Christmas. They hug. Right, here we go. I think the book's been finished. Oh, whoa, whoa. People are shocked. What's happening? The New Day! Oh, the New Day! Oh, my God! That's why they made us suffer. New Day are here. It's Xavier and Kofi. Oh, mess. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Was that not an amazing story? New Day rocks. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Oh my God, I've never felt so low and then so high in all my life. Isn't wrestling amazing? Who? Who are they defending the belts against? Oh my God, are they defending against the New Day? Pretty Deadly versus New Day at NXT Deadline. New Day? Are they defending against them? Why don't you two put those tag titles on the line? Oh! OMG! WWE NXT Champions! Wow. Wow. Why does Xavier Woods look like a 70s retro dad? Retro dad. Wow. Pretty just went into the tree. Deadly got, oh my God, got bopped in the head with a present. Oh, yes. Oh, man. That segment was so awful. And then it turned into something so good. Wow. Brilliant. 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 Oh, boom! Super kicks! Wow. Wowzers. Wow. Oh, hang on. I've got that one. I don't even need to make that one. I've got that one. We could be looking into the future. Yes. Oh. Oh my God. Love it. Who's this boomer? Some woman that's about to lose to Thea Hale. Alba Fire, I hope you're watching. Nah, she'll be at the cinema. She'll be at the cinema, love. She ain't watching this. She might have tuned in for the New Day. That girl is going to lose to Thea. Yeah. Imagine the kids cheering. Yeah. Guys, you know me. I have to do a quick little video. I got to. But I'll be quick. I'll be quick. What she said. Where is the pictures? Because it's really exciting and it was god awful. But the New Day saved us. So much happened. Right, here we go. Where is the... Massive breaking news coming out of NXT. Here you can see Pretty Deadly, the current NXT Tag Team Champions. They were reading A Christmas Story. And when I tell you this was painful, I am not doing painful justice. Like, this was so long and painful. And honestly, I think a lot of people were just praying for this segment to end. And wow, it proper took you right down, and then they brought you right back up, because when they finished reading this story, they were interrupted by the New Day. The New Day, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, they came out to challenge Pretty Deadly. They basically said that they wanted them to put their NXT Tag Team Championships on the line this Saturday at NXT Deadline. It's a big NXT show that's taking place this weekend, and we were not expecting the New Day. They would get into the ring. There would be a big brawl. You can see one of Pretty Deadly getting chucked into the tree. Another one had a present thrown at them. They had presents smashed over their heads. The New Day really sending a statement, but the biggest statement was right at the end when they picked up the NXT Championships. And look at that. There you can see Xavier with the title. There is Kofi with the title. And they are coming for those belts. They're going to be defending those belts Pretty Deadly this weekend at NXT Deadline. So that's pretty fun, isn't it? That's out of nowhere. And it should be a really great match, actually. So very much looking forward to seeing New Day and Pretty Deadly. I expect Pretty Deadly to retain, but this is going to be a big boost to NXT Deadline this weekend. And could the New Day do it? Could the New Day be the new NXT Tag Team Champions? Could they do it? I fell behind, says John. Well, John, you have missed it. You have missed it all. The New Day just challenged for the NXT belts. This is why you have to watch NXT. Anything can happen at any time. In all fairness, we've seen a lot more of this since Vince kind of stepped away. I feel like we've seen like Sonya Deville coming down, and we've seen a little bit more of like this anything can happen kind of mentality. It's flipping awesome. Here's Javier Bernal with Mackenzie Mitchell. These two are normally involved in some fun segments. Mackenzie, that is incredibly insensitive. Big Body Harvey is not scared of anything. She is a bit insensitive. She's anti-Big Body Harvey. Who's that dude in the background? Icky Manjiro's still there. Didn't know that. What do you think about Big Body Harvey? Icky Manjiro's thinking about it. Chicken. Big Body Chicken. Ikemanjiro called him Big Body Chicken. Here's my girl! Here's my girl! Why does she not get an entrance? What the flip's this about? Yeah, go on, Thea! Go on, Thea! Make her humble, Thea! Make her humble! She's gonna mess her up, man. She's gonna absolutely mess her up. This is Thea Hale's night. This is Thea Hale's night. Come on, Thea. Here comes Isla Dawn. You suck. Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this latest breakdown of WWE Raw. Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze. Welcome to this latest breakdown, which is about 24 hours old. Stupid woman. Come on, Thea. Come on, girl. Jobber Hale. Thea. It said it's not. It's Thea Hale. Thea Hale wins. It's not happened just yet, but I've managed to just get in there a bit early. Come on, girl! Mess her up! Make her humble! Coming over. Oh, Thea Hale down. Kick to the back. That was illegal. That was illegal. Shot coming in there by Thea Hale. Go on, Thea. Uppercut there by Isla Dawn. Thea Hale goes down. Thea Hale was doing star jumps in the corner. Look at that. Getting ready. Andre Chase on the outside. Thea Hale is down. Isla Dawn grabbing the arms, looking for a straitjacket. Thea. There's Thea Hale chants, guys. The crowd are with her. The crowd are definitely with her. Like $1 million dream applied here. Thea Hale trying to get up to her feet. Come on, Thea. Well, it's not going brilliant yet, but the comeback is coming. The comeback is on the way. He's having her words. Isla Dawn looks over at Andre Chase. Here she comes. Go on. Make her humble. Make her humble, Thea. Ah! Double axe handle. And again. Go on. Go on. Back elbow. In the corner. Grabs Isla Dawn. Looking for a exploder. Lovely. Over against the ropes. Oh, look at that. Springboard senton. 2. Isla Dawn kick to the midsection by Thea. Oh, pulled the hair. Pulled the hair. She pulled the hair. Oh, it's going to be corrupt. It's going to be corrupt. She pulled the hair. Oh, Thea Hale goes down. Isla Dawn is cheating. Thea Hale is being robbed. She's being robbed. No, I don't recognise this. I don't recognise... Whatever this was, I don't recognise it. Because that was cheating. And there's no place for cheating in wrestling. That's a flipping disgrace, that is. Right, the match is over, and it's hard to know who won. It's a bit confusing to work out which way that went. Isla Dawn seems to think it's her. Hard to say. Really hard to say. I'd have to watch the replay. There is some smoke. And where did she come from? Where did she come from? Did she come from outside the ring? Alba Fire's here. Break it down. Break it down. Bum, 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 bum. Wyatt. Wyatt is here, so erase your mind. Alba Fire trying to get at Isla Dawn. She's upset as well that Isla Dawn cheated. Oh, the referee went down. What happened to the referee? Referee's holding his eyes, man. Oh, did she spit green mist in the eyes of the ref? I think she just green misted the referee. I think she just green misted the ref. Lots of shouting. I'm just having a look, seeing at the moment it happened. I thought it was a mistake, but I think, yeah, she got him good, man. She got him real good. She green misted him proper. Do you smell that, G? The smell of strategy. Daze, did you watch Doctor Who? No. I think I'd like it if I was got into it when I was young. But it wasn't on TV when I was young. Okay, so we just got Kiana James. How long we got? 40 minutes left. How can you green miss most people? That's cheating. Fake Steph won't win, said Austin. Yeah, she won't move. Someone called to see if she was available, but she was like, no, I'm not available. Right, here's Briggs and Jensen. Tag team match. Well done to Thea Hale. Victorious in her match against Isla Dawn. Right. Briggs and Jensen versus Enofe and Blade. Right, guys, you know what this means?
Halftime scores, everybody, it's the halftime scores. I really want to know your halftime scores. Put it in the chat. Halftime scores, everybody, it's the halftime scores. Are you happy? It's the halftime scores. Are you happy or you sad? Halftime scores, everybody, it's the halftime scores. I should get that recorded. If I got it recorded, I could just press play then. Just sit here like this.
Okay, get in your scores. 7, 9. Halftime show, said Steve. Ref asked to be misted, but misheard, and she misted, says James. Don't understand that comment, James. The ref asked to be misted, and they were misted. I don't understand what you mean. Shakim said 5.25. Trini said 7.5. 10 out of 10 for XY on Quinn losing. It's a bit random. John said that Bron Polo bromance fishing story was weird. Wait till you see the Scrypts part. Jim said 10. I need to make that halftime scores song my ringtone. Take it with love. Scorpio said 6.5. Austin said Daze misted me last night. Even changing the letter doesn't make that sound better, does it? Dark Angel said 6. Meave said 7. John said 6.21 Theas out of 10. Trey said 7. William said 10 out of 10 because Isla Dawn's lopsided boobs are natural. I don't even know why I read the comments anymore. I don't know. I mean, I try so hard. 7 minus 3 for Thea winning, says Robs. WWE just put up a job listing a new producer. Braden said 7.5. It would have been 10 out of 10 if Thea lost. 8. You can missed me any day. I mean, there's no letters I can change there. There's nothing I can do to save that. There's nothing I can do to clean that up. Nothing. Miles Lanes died this morning, said Justin. Hello, everyone, said Ultimate Activities, dude. Ultimate Activities, dude. Can you please name one ultimate activity that you have done, please? Thank you. Just one. One ultimate activity that you have done. I just need to make sure that you are allowed to have that as a profile name. Because if it turns out you haven't done any ultimate activities, I do have to report you to YouTube. Because my name's Daze, and I like wrestling, and so I'm allowed to call myself Wrestling Daze. But could you imagine if you haven't done any ultimate activities? Just saying. Just saying. Now everyone thinks they can do better than current producers. Well, why don't you apply and prove it? Is that the advert? Lyra Valkyria. Here's Idris. I've ziplined. It's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. Zipline. That's cool. I've never ziplined. That's cool. You're allowed. You can keep that. Ziplining. It's a perfectly acceptable answer. Where have you ziplined? Where have you ziplined? Because if it's like the Grand Canyon, you're getting extra points. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If it was over the top of alligators, whoo. But if it was in your back garden, do you know what I mean? I mean, you might have a lovely back garden, but you get extra points for alligators. I think an ultimate activity would quantify as... Chris, I feel like you've probably been in this community too long, and I feel like you've probably been exposed to Austin and William a little bit too long. That would be ultimate. That would be... Imagine the Grand Canyon filled with alligators. And then you zip line. I zip-lined in Missouri in woods at a park. It's hard to picture how cool that is, to be honest. I feel like Missouri is quite cool. Yeah, it's fine. Ziplining is still cool. I was just looking to give you extra points, but I don't think I can give you extra points for a Missouri in woods, to be honest. I feel like there definitely needed to be a risk of death. Okay, you can. It's still good enough. Sonny said, I tried to go ziplining at a camp place. Is that where there's a lot of gay people? we used to have like camp TV presenters. I don't think it is that. For a school trip, and they said I was too light. I think that should be 2 zeros, actually. I think it should be TOO. I think I'm right in saying that. I think that's the wrong 2. I think you need the other 2. Not the TWO, but I think you need the TOO. Just saying. I think I'm right. And I didn't make the weight required. That's a shame. Daze can zipline himself in me. Don't even understand what that means. A child zipline. I know I can zipline the whole Vegas Strip. I zip-tied the trash center arms. That'll do. Dale Winton, yeah. I think Sonny was trying to zipline over Dale Winton. That won't mean anything to people in America. Do you know who I was thinking when I said that? I was thinking John Humphreys from Are You Being Served? I think about that. Or like when I think of like camp. Oh. I volunteer at a scouting activity centre. If you come along, you can take a leap of faith. Oh, I thought you was going to allow me to zip line over them. Right, over against the ropes to the outside. Dale Winton. Yeah, all you need to know about Dale Winton is that he knows the right 2 to type. That's all you need to know about him. All you need to know is that he's better than you. Shoulder up there by, I don't know if it's Briggs or Jensen, it's one of them. Welcome to this NXT watch-along where we're talking about camp people and ziplining. I'm free. Yes, I'm free. Come on, even our American friends must know Are You Being Served? I'm free. Mr. Humphreys, are you free? I'm free. It's been a long day, innit? Naked zip wiring sounds fun. Sounds flipping terrifying, doesn't it? Eh? Doesn't it? I mean, I don't know about you, mate, but if I was to zipline naked, the whole thing would sag down with just the sheer weight. The zip line would be like really struggling. I don't know why that makes a difference if I'm wearing clothes or not, thinking about it, but... Okay, we got Briggs and Jensen picking up the dub here. Bam! So... Von Wagner came down to take out Odyssey Jones. Well, there we go. There's a win for a team. Briggs and Jensen beat Anofi and Blade. Right, where are we? We've got half an hour to go. That match did not need to happen. That is true. In grade 7, we were required and had to go Muskoka Woods to build leadership qualities, rope climbing, zip lining, giant pole swing, which was fun, and I went on twice. Here's Roxanne Perez. I just enjoyed a good laugh, and you have provided me with that. Oh, Chris, shout out to you, bud. Shout out to you. We just have some bants, don't we? That's all we have. We just sit here, we watch a bit of wrestling, we have a bit of bants. Oh, God, they just showed the moment that she blocked Cora Jade. Do you remember that? That was dramatic. Blocked a fellow wrestler with her phone. Wrestler Andy said, "What aisle would you go for in supermarket sweep?" Well, that's not the real question. The real question is, what inflatable would you go for? Because all the inflatables have got different cash amounts on, haven't they? So what inflatable do you go for? I think you've got to go banana. I think you've got to go giant banana. Here's Indi Hartwell. So are we going over to the lady triple threat? Indi Hartwell is making her way down. And do you go for the pick and mix? If you go for the pick and mix, that's an extra 50 points. Indi versus... Oh, here we go. Wendy versus Fallon. I don't mind any of these going into the match, to be honest. Inflatable Ghost Bananas, yes. I imagine Rhea missed Dom all the time, says Trini. Woo! Nice. I think we've all got a wonderful image of that right now. Roxanne should dethrone Mandy. I bet Dale has missed it, a few people. Yeah. So pleased that I'm so pleased the conversation is here right now. Excellent work, everyone. Excellent work. You would think you can't relax on a banana. Guys, I don't understand, like, all this talk of misting and giant bananas. Like, I don't understand why you're in the gutter. Come on. I've got a match to focus on, which I haven't even updated yet. Let me do that now. Right, Indi versus Wendy versus Fallon. Jimmy Fallon. There have been several cases of exploding whale carcasses due to a buildup of gas in the decompression process. Hello, Kojiko. Hope you're well, mate. Jim said that was a dreadful promo. I think you're getting supermarket sweep confused with Are You Being Served, says John. I like bananas, says Sonny. I want your banana, says Austin. I don't have one. I actually don't have any today. Normally I do have some hanging around, but... James said, my mind is permanently in the gutter. Oh, yeah, James, just to be clear, when I did say that to people, I didn't mean you. I know there's no saving you. I'm fully aware there's no getting out of the gutter for some people. I'm aware of that. Your mind is in the gutter and it will remain in the gutter, but it makes you. And we love that about you, James. Right, how long have we got? 28 minutes. 28 minutes to go. Tommy says... That's what Tommy said. Wyatt 6 says... That's what Wyatt 6 said. Right, yes, William. Manly bananas. Sonny said, yes, William, manly bananas. Did William ask Sonny, what bananas do you like? And she says, yes, manly bananas. This isn't like some sort of flipping Tinder. Right? Can we just settle this down? Settle down, guys. Settle down, yeah? This isn't like a flipping massage parlor. I used to like Indi during the Index era, but now she sucks, says Jim. What is NXT Deadline's match card, said Football World. Well, Football World, that's a great question. Finally. We get like a proper, serious adult question. Thank you. I'll have a read of it for you, buds. So far, it is New Day versus Pretty Deadly, although I don't know if that's been totally confirmed. It's going to happen. Bron Breakker versus Apollo Crews for the NXT Championship. New Day versus Pretty Deadly for the tag titles. Zoe Stark versus Cora Jade versus Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James versus the winner of this next match. That'll be in the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge thing. And then you've got Carmelo Hayes versus JD Manamana versus Grayson Waller versus Joe Gacy versus Axiom in the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge thing. So there's 4 matches. I would imagine they'll add a 5th. But at the moment, there's only 4. So that's where we are with it right now. It can't be a massage parlor because you don't get happy endings. That's true. I've got a sound effect here, but I just don't know how to get to it. But what do you think about Dutch and Vincent? Will they be in Wyatt 6? I think there's a chance they're in Wyatt 6. I mean, certainly they're connected to WWE. They're in the crowd. The question is, are they in the crowd because they have been signed and they are just doing a bit of work at the Performance Center? Or is it a case that they are there for a tryout? I think it's interesting though, because apparently they were backstage at Raw. I don't know if someone that's going to be getting a tryout, do you tell them to go backstage to Raw? Did the other people that are trying out have to go backstage at Raw? I think that makes them stand out for me. Please don't use the children cheer sound. No, the sound I had was this.
Finish him.
And we were talking about parlors and massage parlors.
Finish him.
And I knew there was a way of connecting it, but I couldn't figure out how. I'll just leave it there. Here's Wendy Choo. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. She's come out with a pillow. Or, as always. Is she going to do the little boppy thing? I can't remember what she does. I like the little boppy thing. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Lights are bright. There it is. Little boppy thing. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I'd like to go and see her live, and then when she comes out, I'd do that with her in the front row. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Instead of them boomers all just sat there. Dutch, Mantel, Vincent Russo in Wyatt 6. Let's go. From the article I saw today, there were start to call family to say goodbyes. From the article I saw today, there were start to call families to say goodbye. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? Who? Dutch and Vincent? How long are they going to be in NXT? Shawn Michaels has told me I've got to say goodbye to you because I'm going to be in NXT for the next 5 years. Yeah. Yeah, tell the kids I love them. Yeah. Yeah. I'll send you a Christmas present. All right, love you. Bye. Bye. In this women's match on Saturday, does the massage parlor have extras, says John? Austin works there, not me. Dark Angel said Fallon Henley is a poor man's Mickey James. I can see that, yeah. I can see that. We're backstage with Toxic Attraction. Right, they're working together on Fallon Henley, and Indi is trying to pin both Wendy and Fallon. Double clothesline, both of them go down. The Wright brothers might have invented the first motorized aircraft, but the 9th century engineer Abbas ibn Furnus is considered to be the first human to fly. Kick to the side of the head there by Fallon. We've got 22 minutes and then, of course, a little bit of an overrun that you lot always forget about. Finally, someone said it, says Tim. Finally. Does that mean no Bray on Friday, said Corey. Why, buds? What makes you say that? Why no Bray? Why no Bray? What am I missing? Bray might not be at SmackDown if Barry isn't well, says Jim. Well, that's true. That's true, but I would imagine that he'd go and visit him now, and if everything's okay, then, you know, he might be able to make it to the show. But there is maybe a chance. Don't forget, they could always record something as well and just play like a backstage recorded thing. But, I mean, look, family comes first, of course. It is fake. Are you going to watch Ring of Honor Final Battle? No, I don't like Lord of the Rings. Ultimate Activities dude said, is Barry sick? Yeah, he's the best. He's the best. And also, he is actually quite ill. I haven't seen what he's got, actually, so I probably shouldn't be joking, because I think it is quite serious. Barry Windham, Wrestling World is he's in ICU after suffering a heart attack. That was, I think, was it yesterday? Right, we've gone to commercial break. He underwent surgery. There's no information on him, so... Yeah, I mean, look, as we said, family comes first, so if it means that he's not going to be there on Friday, I think people will understand. A lot of Bray stuff is pre-taped, says James. John said, you always forget the overrun. It's not me that forgets it, it's you lot. Silly billies. Heart attack, that's terrible. Yes. I told you that Justin is sprouting lies, says William. I want to watch Final Battle, but I don't know where to watch it. James will know. Does anyone know where Final Battle is being shown? Maybe the cinemas? I'll Google it for you. It's part of the service. Final Battle. Where do I watch US? Oh, I didn't actually... I didn't actually type anything. Final Battle. Where to watch US. Here we go. The Final Battle, a science fiction series, is available on Prime Video or Vudu on your Roku device. So it's on Prime Video or Vudu. It's a science fiction series starring Mark Singer, Faye Grant, and Jane Badler. And it is available to stream now. So I don't know if that is like the new season or whatever. But there we go. Happy to help. Another tick for the good guys. The article is fake news. New Day versus Pretty Deadly, says Adam. Oh. What is Final Battle? I just read it. Yeah, look, I've got, I think, is there Wikipedia on it? Here we go. It says that The Final Battle is a 1984 American TV miniseries. It was the sequel to a 1983 miniseries that was called V. It was written by Kenneth Johnson, and it's about aliens known as the Visitors that are trying to take over Earth. Johnson parted ways with NBC over creative differences regarding the content of the miniseries. His writing contribution is credited under the pseudonym Lillian Weezer. What is this? What does this mean? Kenneth Johnson, who actually wrote this, parted ways over creative differences. His writing contribution is credited to Lillian Weezer. So he wrote this part of this, They parted ways with them, and then they give credit to Lillian Weezer. It's mental. That's mental. If I was Kenneth Johnson, I'd be livid. I'd be livid. Ugh. Well, there you go. Look, you learn something new every day, don't you? My parents used to watch says Jim. John said it's also on Fight and Bleacher Report. Okay. Kenneth Johnson is a menace, says Jim. Well, he's moonlighting as Lillian Weezer, apparently. That's got a sting, yeah. Imagine you help write a TV series and then you have creative differences, you end up leaving, and then your parts are all credited to Lillian Weezer. It's not right, is it? Right, we've got 17 minutes. Don't forget, guys, there is an overrun. John said V was great. V is a great miniseries. They tried to do a TV show, but it wasn't as good. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Seems like there's quite the demand for it this weekend. Down goes Indi. Belly to Belly by Wendy Choo. Wendy Choo is on a feature going over in the corner. Cartwheel. Collides into Indi. Wendy Choo charges over. Picked up. Spinebuster. 1, 2. Indi. Double axe handle by Fallon Henley. Boom. Did women matches main event all 3 shows last week? Don't know. Can't remember. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to remember, but I seriously can't remember. I'm going to say yes, because if you're asking that question, then it makes me feel like there's a good chance. Lillian Weezer also wrote the Sweater song. Yes. Yes. But Vince shortened the name. You know, Vince loves doing that. Right, Indi getting some chants from the crowd. Up in the corner with Fallon Henley looking for a superplex. Is she going to get this superplex? Wendy Choo has come over. She's trying to grab. Boom. Grabs both women. Indi goes down. Fallon Henley goes down. Fallon Henley screaming in pain. Referee comes over to check. NXT. 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 Toxic Attraction are sat watching this unfold. Wendy's going over to Fallon. 1, 2. Kick out. Kick out. Kick out by Fallon. Wendy screams. She can't believe it. New Day versus Pretty Deadly is official! Oh. That's exciting. Eventually all wrestling shows will have a 1 hour overrun to make Raw's 3-hour show even better. Right, Wendy. Indi to the outside. Wendy comes over, kick to the midsection. Looking for a... Oh, that was like a brain buster there by Wendy. 1, 2. Kick out by Fallon Henley. Wendy Choo is frustrated. Frustrated. Banging the mat. I wonder why the ring is not black like the ring used to be when it was black and gold. Splash by Wendy Choo. Here's Indi. Indi grabs Wendy Choo, chucks her out the ring. Indi comes over. Forearm to the back of the head. That'll do it. 2, 3. Gets it. Gets it. She gets it. Indi wins. Indi Hartwell is going to be added to the match. Indi Hartwell is going to be added to the match. Indi Hartwell is going to the dance. So she got thrown out. Bang! Forearm to the back of the head, and Indi pins Fallon Henley. Indi won. Raw was okay. I gave it 7. Happy Alexa. I want Becky to win, said Davids. If New Day loses clean, they are officially buried. Right. Zoe, Cora, Indi, Roxanne, Kiana. Those are the 5 women involved in the Iron Survivor Challenge. Now we're seeing the 5 men. They're all making their way out to go. There's Ava Rain. They're all going on to the Grayson Waller Effects. NXT. Indi wins. That finisher sucked. Yeah, it wasn't best. Triple T tweeted out the web Twitter account that he's an official NXT watcher now. Doesn't join our watch-longs, though, does he? Eh? Doesn't join our watch-longs. Doesn't come and provide some wonderful insight as to what he thinks about the show in the community, does he? No. You should ask him, does he think he's too good for this community? You should ask him that, Sonny. Rob said, I wish Mattel would bring back the NXT line. Are you sad Thea won earlier? Nah, I love it. Big fan of Thea. Glad you picked up the victory. Jim said, someone's father is in a suit in the audience. Booker is pants tonight, said Kyle. Indi has the same finisher as Cross. Cross calls it the Cross Hammer. Maybe that's the Indi Hammer. It's been forever since Triple T showed up. Triple T doesn't watch the shows, though, doesn't he? He doesn't. No. I borderline don't even know if he likes wrestling, to be honest. Although I must admit, going through the Instagram things with him have been really fun. Hello. Rivy says to Jess Jack Hammer. I was trying to see where Jess Jackhammer is in the chat, but I can't see. Maybe he thinks that he's better than that Dale Winterbottom guy you mentioned. Oh, I love Dale Winterbottom. Dale Winterbottom, he was so good. He was so good on Supermarket Sweeping. Dale Winterbottom is the best. Thank you, John. Thank you for reminding me of my all-time favourite TV presenter. Right, we have got 10 minutes left to go. That's it. And then we are at the end of what has been a very emotional show. I need to end this stream as soon as so that I can rewatch the Scrypts segment, to be honest. And I also need to do the review. It's going to be so weird not doing the World Cup tomorrow. It's going to be really strange, but I'm so flipping busy that I need to put up the web. I need to set up the AEW stream. I need to do UFC research. I need to create the next load of World Cup streams as well. So I've got to create those thumbnails, got to set up those streams. So I've got to do all that as well. I said on Thursday I would look to put up a toy hunt. So keep an eye peeled for that. 'Cause, I am looking to put that up on Thursday as well. So I've got to do that on Thursday. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff which is coming up onto the channel. But no World Cup tomorrow and no World Cup on Thursday. It's going to be weird. My voice won't know what's happening, will it? Don't get stuck in a tree, said Sunny. Maybe they're going to redo Scrypts and Reggie because the attire was trash. Well, I did wonder that. Ultimate Activities dude who went ziplining in Missouri. I did wonder that, but then they sort of showed it on TV and everything. They showed him watching himself, so unless that was him, like, drawing out some new gear designs, I don't know what they're doing. Scrypts would have been so much better if it was Tyler Breeze in a jigsaw mask taking selfies. Scrypts would have been better if it was a flipping 7-year-old child getting high on sugar and then wrestling in a second-hand ripped up Rey Mysterio mask. Like, I don't know, just make up any combinations of words and it would have been flipping better. Thea, Hater, Deeb. Who else would fill out your top 10 must-watch women? Thea, Jamie Hater, Serena Deeb. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do know me very well, actually, because those would be in there. Asuka would be in there. I think Bianca is brilliant. I'd put Bianca in there. Miko Satomura. Definitely Miko Satomura. I'd put her in there. It's a bit slim pickings, isn't it, really? I mean, I feel like you could go with like a Bailey. Could go with the Bailey. I feel like Roxanne Perez has got a bright future. Billie Kay. She makes me laugh. They're doing some interesting stuff with Alexa. Yeah, I reckon you could cobble together a 10. Here's Toxic Attraction. Oh, here's Indi. Indi's coming. Saturday is my day. For months, people have been wondering who's going to take the title from you. Well, you're looking at her. So India's coming out a word with Mandy. And she says once the clock stops ticking down in that match, the clock will start ticking down on your title reign. Boom. There we go. Indi confronting Mandy Rose. Indi confronts Mandy. The New Day. When will NXT Europe debut? 2 weeks. When is the next NXT pay-per-view? It's on Saturday at 4 o'clock in the morning. Chris said Indi is going very carrion TikTok. I'm glad there's no footy. I've got 74 wrestling shows I need to watch before the end of the year. Is that an actual number? Because I could believe yours is probably actual number. Right, they're just running through the deadline cards. Don said, do you think Hogan Zeus figures is worth it? I already have the Hogan 85 and the Mega Power Hogan and Savage. I'm going to say no. I think that it depends if that storyline really speaks to you. It depends if you love No Holds Barred and that's like something that really, resonates with you. Genuinely think the figures are really good. But I think if you've already got a couple of Hogans, and you're not that bothered by the Zeus, then save your money. There's so many figures out there. So much good stuff on the way. Unless you really like you really like Zeus, you really like No Holds Barred, I'd say you can probably give that a miss. If you didn't have a Hogan, like a newer Hogan, then I would say go for it. But if you've got the Hogan 85, I think that figure looks great. And oh man, the Hogan and Savage Mega Powers pack is sick. It's really sick. So no, I think you can skip it. I already watched 7 of them in 2 days. So there was more, says Joe. Jeez. Right, we've got all the 5 in the ring. All 5 of us are going to be linked together forever. So he's introducing everyone. The only man brave enough to wear a turtleneck in 2022. Axiom. The Sesam. He represents the Sesam. Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy represents the Sesam. Fresh from his appearance in my front garden, it's the Irish garden gnome, J.D. McDonough. Yay, champ. He says, after the past few weeks, we should be calling him a loser. A champ being an a-hole. Most of it is GC dub, House of Glory, Wrestling Revolver, and some British shows. Jim said, has anyone mentioned how Apollo has been low-key stalking Bron? No, but that's a really good point. Okay, is there going to be anything good here, do you think? I would imagine this is just going to turn into a big brawl and that's how it's going to end. Waller is roasting everyone, said Ultimate Activities Dudes. How many figures have you got? Just started collecting. I want to keep collecting. I seriously don't know. I seriously don't know. I don't. I mean, it's into like it could be about 1,000. Everything in. But I've said before, like it's not about how many you have. It's about like if what the collection means to you. And I actually have been going through a bit of a crisis with mine. I actually want mine to be a little tighter than it is. I think there's no way I'm going to get every figure. So I need to just have it themed a bit better. So I need to really sort my collection out. Okay. Mello, do not kid yourself. You have been protected. You're like a kid running around a petting zoo. The minute you are in minute 1 is not going to be the same person you'll be at minute 25. Those quick reactions won't come so quick. This is pretty good, actually. I know I can go through 25 minutes of hell, says JD Manamana. Apollo stalking is illegal in all 50 states, says Eric. Sonny said, I've got about 30 Funkos and I have a Joker one on the way. Oh, what? You've got one of Austin? My favourites are Funhouse Bray and Fiend because he is... I've got dog hairs on me. My favourites are Funhouse Bray and Fiend because he's my favourite and I think the Fiend figure is clean. Also, I like Mr. T figure and Hulk Hogan. Individuals are selfish, says Gacy. People will trample over each other just to get the things they want. And that's true because I've been in toy shops at Christmas. Okay. Ladies love big gas tanks, says Jim. Yes. You should. That needs to be on a t-shirt. Ladies love big gas tanks. Oh. Loving that. Search up King Joker Funko Pop Comic Con exclusive. No. I'm at 700 figures, and honestly, 500 about individuals from the 1970s to modern. That's very good. I've got tons that is just in boxes. Then that's not like 1,000 figures that are like treasured and loved. It's things that are still in boxes, which I just never got around to. Gacy just talks at people, not to people, says Jim. I've got 302 wrestlers, says Justin. Very good. I'm more impressed that you know the exact number. StarFox13 said PS5 or Xbox guy Grayson, question mark. Drees Daily said Grayson, please please, I am begging you, can I get a shout out to my mother? She really loves you. Keep up with NXT, said this has been a really good NXT tonight. Middleman Tar Heel, to Heel 78 said, Waller Effect is good TV every time. Steez Dancer 12 said, I like the Waller Effect set. Brad Fad 0917 said, Grayson is definitely the best athlete in the ring. Goosil's Better said, loving the hype for the Iron Survivor Challenge. Mate, if I tweet them, will they put it on screen? This is dull. Please fight now. Someone do something. Where's Thea Hale? I should tweet that. How do I get on screen? I want to tweet, where's Thea Hale? Do I have to tweet to at NXT? I'll do it now. Hang on. Hang on, here we go. At WWE NXT. At WWE NXT. Oh, why does it keep changing it? At WWE NXT. Where's the Hale? Oh, they just took it. I haven't even sent it. They took it off the screen. Flip. The flip. They knew I was just about to send that as well. They knew I was about to send that, and then they took it off screen. Over the top goes Grayson Waller. Do you know what? It's a flipping conspiracy. It's a flipping conspiracy. They do not want you to know the truth, that she is being held back. Here's the officials. Where is Thea Hale? There's Tahil. Tahil, was that you? Did you send that through? Right, there's big brawling. No one has an attention span for 10 minutes promos. This should be 4 minutes or less. Yeah, it's all like talking and there was like words and everything. I can't be bothered with words. Can't be doing with it. I do the talking. I don't do the listening. Thea Hale is a winner! Yeah! Yes, Austin, yes! Facts and all true. What did Sunny say? It is a flipping conspiracy, says John. What a headbutt from JD. Daze has Linda, can't meet your mom. Jericho has 1,001 figures, says Eric. And he's going to name them all. Armbar. Right. Mediocre NXT with another silly ending. Iron Survivor is a dumb name. Do you know what it is, actually? I keep really struggling when I say it. Iron Survivor chat. I keep really struggling with it. It's like an Iron Man Survivor series. Iron Survivor. I agree. I'm not a fan of that name. They could have come up with something better. Meave said it's a 9 out of 10 for me. Ultimate Activities dude said 9 out of 10. Jadam said, stay safe out there. Austin said, we need more Jobber Quinn. Rivy says, armbar. Right, we're done anyway. We're done. I must admit, I thought that show was all right. I thought it was all right. I thought we had some fun. Really felt like it dragged at the end, though. I don't know what it was. Maybe I went a bit tired. I don't know. But I just sort of, at the end, I was a bit like, I wasn't really feeling it. Diddums. Oh, were you not feeling it, Diddums? Oh, Diddums. I think it's because there was no Thea Hale. I think that's what it was. There was no Scrypts and there was no Thea Hale. How am I meant to care about wrestling? How am I meant to care about wrestling if there's no Thea Hale or Scrypts? So, right. Awesome. Have a great evening, everyone. Don't forget, we're not around for the World Cup tomorrow because there is no World Cup tomorrow. But we will be back one day. But we are back tomorrow for AEW. And then on Thursday, I'll put up a toy hunt and I'll try and make it mega lols. And then on Friday, we got the World Cup back and we're doing some SmackDown. So, right, appreciate the support. Have lovely evenings, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.